teams that are this athletic, what type of game you think you're going to see?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it can lead to guys trying to do too much, but when it's at its best with this kind of athleticism on display, I think you're going to see a high-octane, fun game.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Filling out the wings, Harris and Barton. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Murray in at the...
What a jam! Are you kidding me? It never gets old seeing LeBron throw it down, especially when he decides to do it with a little flavor.
And here's Harris from the arc. And Davis pulls it down. Here's the Lakers with the ball. James with it, now guarded by Barton.
I like the fact he had his head up immediately looking to make the dish down the floor. Get rid of it quickly.
And here is Harris. Now the pass to Millsap. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Jokic. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man. And, you know, a big strength of the Nuggets is their depth. They can get points from all 5 positions easily. And had 7 double-digit scores last year. You don't see that often at any level of basketball. You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
McGee, the pass to Green. No good on the 3. For Denver, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. Over to the left wing. Murray. And the rejection by James.
Using his length and timing and bounce to perfection there. LeBron James, an excellent shot block.
And with the depth of the Nuggets, Clark, there was always someone stepping up.
Well, you know, that was the case game to game as well as after the injuries they had. Having a deep bench helps tremendously in the regular season. And, you know, you can weather the storm with those injuries like the Nuggets did and still win your division. Very impressive.
And Murray, here we go. To halt the run. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And you look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Danny Green. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Avery Bradley. Morris passes to Porter. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Morris. Over Rondo. The Lakers with the rebound.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Lets it go with a 3. Plumlee with the rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be back with you shortly. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Denver, Michael Porter's out there with Grant. Then it's Plumlee. Then there's Monte Morris. And it's Craig in at the shooting guard position. Lets it go from deep. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Lakers leading by 8.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as He has battled those back issues.
Morris passes to Porter. Count that bucket. Porter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
A high-level athlete with great run and jump ability. Porter finishes well in transition.
To the middle, and it's sent back by Plumlee. Porter with it. Picked up by Kuzma. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injuries.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still make a difference on the floor. That size and rebounding really hard to replace on a team by just one player.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. James checked in for Kyle Kuzma. And it's Alex Caruso in for Rajon Rondo. Porter passes to Murray. And he drops it in from the low post.
And not just a scorer, but a distributor as well. Porter's court awareness is really impressive.
James kicks to Caldwell Pope. Porter with the steal. A minute 20 left to play here in the half. Millsap makes it off the glass.
With long arms and excellent skill and understated strength, Millsap bullies the defender on the finish.
Here's LeBron, tipped away. Howard, the pass to James. And that one drops. James has got 8.
Dwight Howard with some slick passing on that one.
And it's the Lakers on the break. Here's Caldwell Pope, and he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Well, you can't take the length of Caldwell Pope lightly. He's excellent at using it to come up with steals.
Murray kicks to Jokic. With the floater, score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
Here's LeBron. Offensive rebound. Tries again. He lays it in. 10 points for him.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Kept alive. And Jokic throws it down.
Persistence pays, and Jokic not giving up on the play, doing a nice job pursuing the basketball there.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Caldwell Pope outside. To the right side. Caruso, the pass to Howard. In the corner, it's James. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thank
you, James.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. JaVale McGee is out there with Davis, and it's Bradley in at the point guard. That's the Laker 5. Murray against Bradley. Now here's Murray. Defense is right there. Just 5 to shoot. Look, we have seen so many great players in the history of this terrific game, but in your mind, who's the best who have never won an MVP?
Wow, you think about some of the names on that list recently, or not too long ago. Patrick Ewing, Scottie Pippen, same era. How about going back to John Havlicek, a former Buckeye and all-time great with the Celtics. Elgin Baylor, one of the first high-flying forwards that I recall, one of those really creative, do-it-all type forwards. Jerry West and Dwayne Wade right in that mix too, man. Those are some lofty names that didn't get an MVP. You look at Paul Millsap, one of my favorite players. Came into the league after 3 years of college as an undersized power forward who has shown that he not only can rebound, but has become an all-star scorer, too.
Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Harris. Murray left side. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kyle Kuzma comes in for LeBron. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Avery Bradley. The Nuggets also changing it up. Plumlee is checked in for Jokic. Jeremy Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. And Morris subbed in for Murray. And year in and year out, Paul Millsap finds a way, Clark, to get it done.
He does, guys. I mean, he's just rock solid. An all-star player multiple times. All he does is help his team win, and he does it in ways beyond just scoring and rebounding. He can open up space with his shooting. He's an outstanding passer, and he's also good at the defensive end and picking people's pockets.
And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Alex Caruso, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Denver calls timeout. And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
.112 left in the third quarter. Grant surveying the D. 5 to shoot. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's a minute left to play in the third. Morris passes to Plumlee. Davis with the block. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
And the Lakers making a change here. Howard's checked in. Porter's checked in for the Nuggets. Harris comes in for Torrey Craig.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Davis kicks to Caruso. 6 on the shot clock. The wide open look here for Kuzma. Misses the 3. Here's Porter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the athleticism and size of Porter creates problems for the defense. Hard to guard without getting physical.
The Nuggets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And he makes the first. And the Nuggets making a change here. And Porter drops them both. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. James has a 2-pointer. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And Denver will start the fourth quarter with. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter, and at the 3, the small forward. And the dunk by James.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. I mean, but right there, James simply overpowered it.
Murray with it. Knocked away. And there's another turnover by the Nuggets. JaVale McGee's checked in for Los Angeles. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
14 feet away. That's good from Davis on the assist by McGee. Davis has got the lead up to 10 now for the Lakers. The Nuggets shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Murray against Bradley. Murray outside. And it's blocked by Bradley. Now the Lakers on the break. Davis has got the ball. James misses. The Nuggets trail by 10. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. The Lakers with the rebound. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Caldwell Pope outside. Porter against James. Bradley kicks to Caldwell Pope. James, the pass to Davis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Millsap. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 11 in the second half.
Well, Anthony Davis has a nice high-arching jump shot. I love seeing him shoot it from here. Hard for the defense to match up with him.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 12. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And Jokic drops them both.
You know, one of the things I like about Jokic's game is that he's a great passer for a center. And in many ways, his game reminds me of Vlade Divac's.
Davis kicks it out to LeBron. A three-pointer, no good. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for Denver. It's a 10-point game.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Lakers.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Anthony Davis.
And with the way he came out energized on the defensive end in particular, getting a hand on a lot of shots, that really got them rolling.
Green against Harris. Puts up a 3. Some solid defense from Harris. Here's the Nuggets now with the ball. Down by 12. Millsap. Bradley with some nice D. James against Barton. LeBron passes to Green. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Outstanding timing from Jokic there. Then the superb reach to wipe away the shot.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, you know, before we started the game, Coach came in and told.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. So long and good night, everyone.